is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
Can you possibly, in your wildest dreams, have as much fun with me as I have with me? I have a riot with me. I improvise, adapt, and overcome. I communicate with the United States Marine Corps fire-breathing war fighters. Semper Fi! And they taught me to improvise, adapt, and overcome. So I'm here to celebrate meaningful priorities on Real America's Voice. And I thank you for your support, but be sure you tell everybody that this exists. I know there's a podcast and a podcast and a pisscast, and there's all kinds of podcasts. You got a podcast, you got 12 followers. He's got a podcast, you got 1,100. Tell everybody you know that the most important podcast in the world is hosted by the Motor City Madman, Reverend Theodosius Atrocious. The truth, logic, common sense, critical thinking, defiant, ultimate, definitive, ultimate, quintultimate, essential, powerful, truth, logic, and common sense, we the people voice right here on Real America's Voice. So thank you for doing that. I just put in my, I got my Walker's game ears. I was at the range this morning with my M4, shooting Remington 223 ammo and 10 millimeter 200 grain Core-Lock 10 millimeter ammo. You know, we used to have a gravel driveway. Now we have a brass driveway, spent brass. People say, do you reload your ammo? No, I'm too busy unloading it. I have so much fun at the range. I put my Walker's game ears on so I can protect what hearing I have left, but I also have Miracle Ear hearing aids so I can hear distant train. Have you ever sat in a tree in the essence of God's miracle autumn hunting season with a bow in your lap and listened? That's a game bird. And the crows be pecking at your flesh and you got no control over the situation. What a great song. Terminus El Dorado. Anyhow, and the red-tailed hawk comes through and the crows are pecking at its ass in flight, this aerial ballet. And I'm there right on their stratospheric level of God's miracle. And it cleanses my soul. We call it the spirit of the wild. You have it right nearby. Leave the pavement. In fact, one of my sponsors is Tuck Tech Kayaks, a portable kayak. You don't need a roof rack. You don't need a pickup truck. You can, you fold it up. It's a kayak. And I'm telling you, when I put the kayak, I take the kayak under my arm like a fat child. Except I don't have any fat children in my life because they eat real food, not stuff from the grocery store authorized by the FDA, chemical warfare, USDA mongrels. That's right, the FDA and USDA is waging chemical warfare on our families at the grocery store with content in our so-called food that is poisonous, carcinogenic, and unpronounceable. So I'm going on a tangent there, which is my life basically, 75.7-year tangent. That's truth, logic, and common sense. But anyhow, the Tuck Tech Kayak, hard shell folding kayaks, made in the USA. Get you one of these, find a puddle, find a brook, a creek, a stream, a babbling brook, a body of water. I'm in the winter water wonderland, the Great Lakes state. There's water everywhere. Get a Tuck Tech Kayak. Go to foldupkayaks.com, foldupkayaks.com. You need the healing powers of nature now more than ever. And I'm glad these people are my sponsors. They got balls, they have integrity, and they want to help soothe and cleanse our souls in the great spirit of the wild outdoors. 855 Tuck Tech, hard shell folding kayaks, portable. You can take it under your arm. We assemble it within minutes. Use the code Campfire for a 30% discount. A 30% discount on fortifying your spirit in the great outdoors. And also Minutemen Coffee. These people support the truth, logic, common sense, critical thinking, defiant, irreverent, we the people guy. Minutemen Coffee. I chug it I chug it by the bucket. I'm a bucket chuggler. That's a great lyric. Minutemen Coffee, use the code SPIRIT, go to minutemencoffee.com. It's really good. Quality of life starts when you drag yourself out of bed in the morning and carpe diem. Not only can you carpe diem, but during the spring you can carpe carp. It's so much fun. I'm like Richard Pryor. If only my afro would catch fire, I could go to the mountaintop of comedy. But meanwhile, minutemencoffee.com. Type in the code SPIRIT and get a 15% in the most delicious coffee in the world. So I'm talking about starting the day with a kayak in the babbling brook. Tuck Tech Kayak, Minutemen Coffee, made with Minutemen Coffee and Century H2O treated water. Century H2O. There's water, none of it's good. There is no good water in America. Well, we have this toxic cleanup site from the Industrial Revolution orgy of pollutants, but it's not cleaned up adequately. But with Century H2O water treatment, I'm telling you, all of a sudden your taste buds go, wow, that's delicious. And it's just water. And then you add Minutemen Coffee. Go to centuryh2o.com to treat the water for your family so that they have a healthy supply of water. The foundation of your opening volley every day, clean water, h2o.com. These are great sponsors because they bring me quality of life. And since we're at it, you're getting out of bed, you're going to get your Tuck Tech Kayak. I know this sounds like a vulgar commercial moment, but it is, because these people stand up for the things we believe in, and they're not afraid to support me. You see what we did to Tractor Supply? I sounded the shot across the bow, the shot heard around the world when I said that Tractor Supply supports fat, perverted men twerking their balls to little children, singing "It Won't Lick Itself." That's what Tractor Supply supported, and Target supported. And I got on them, and now Target has properly given an apology for being perverted and supporting perverted freaks that are dangerous to our way of life and our culture. No, it's not a rainbow, and it's not harmless drag queens. It's fat, perverted men who like to molest children by twerking their ass to boys and girls as they put a buck in their G-string, singing "It Won't Lick Itself." So Tractor Supply, I salute you. They have apologized, and they're not going to support satanic perverts anymore. And that's what the drag queen world is. You're satanic perverts. Well, it's harmless, Ted. It's not harmless. It's harmful. And make sure your school board knows that, your chief of police, your state trooper commander, and your sheriff, and your senator, and your congressman, and your mayor, and your governor. Make sure everybody who works for We the People know that Drag Queen Story Hour is not harmless. It's harmful. And Tractor Supply got on bended knee and apologized for supporting perverts. So now we can go to Tractor Supply. Got 3.5 minutes. So go to mypillow.com. You want to have a middle finger of defiance against the status quo, tyranny, communist, Chinese gang in the White House. Yeah, that would be a communist, Chinese, tyrannical gang that opened the border to rapists and murderers and child sex traffickers and bringing in fentanyl to kill our children. Then that would be treason. Joe Biden, Democrat Party, Congress, the Senate, the DOD, the DOJ, the FDA, FBI, yikes. So defy them, support those that defy them. And Mike Lindell is great. He's like the Ted Nugent of pillows. I love Mike Lindell. This guy's got a T-Rex scrotum swinging from coast to coast. Barack. Minutemen Coffee, so good. MyPillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT, $25 extravaganza. Buy stuff for the people you love at Tuck Tech Kayaks, Minutemen Coffee, Century H2O, and MyPillow.com. You want to get quality products for the people you love and show them you really love them, and defy the horror of Uncle Sam destroying America. You saw the debate. Has anything in your life ever been more embarrassing? You saw that press conference. Why would they do that? You know, your brain will have an aneurysm trying to figure out why our government would do these things. Don't waste your time. I'll do a metaphor. I'm not authorizing the shooting of anyone or anything, but an old yeller, when he performed meaningful dog responsibilities, killing the mountain lion, saving us from the rattlesnake, bringing us our slippers and our newspaper, we gave him a biscuit and a hug and a kiss. Literally, we kiss our dogs. But when he was foaming at the mouth and he had rabies, if your children watched Old Yeller, because that's where we are. Now, I'm not advocating shooting, but you did have to shoot Old Yeller. You have to shoot rabid things. In fact, I shoot things before they become rabid. Not dogs, but raccoons, possums, skunks, bobcats, fox, coyotes, feral animals. Is this a great podcast? Is this stream of consciousness totally gonzo? Am I totally gonzo? Why would I ask that question? I don't ask the question. I'll merely make a statement. I am totally gonzo. So go to mypillow.com and support those that support us. Support my sponsors. Celebrate the great truth, logic, and common sense orgy from Uncle Ted. Having so much fun, I do it with aplomb. Not with a bomb, with aplomb. With vim and vigor, piss and vinegar, spirit. And in the next segment, coming up in just 20 seconds, well, I guess a little longer than that, I end this one in 20 seconds. But I'm going to celebrate some unbelievable positive opportunities that flourish across this great country, not because of the government, in spite of the government, because we the people are still the best people in the world in the United States of America. And I love you so much, I could just tongue you. But I'm not going to.